From the deep valleys of the Palo Duro Canyons to the red rocks of the Garden of the Gods and to the beautiful lakes and mountaintops on Rocky Mountain National Park, join us as we venture from hills and fields of Texas to the skyscraping elevations of Colorado. As we started our journey north, we encountered a long stretch of highway going up hills, down hills, and even carving straight through them. This super empty road was only interrupted by small towns about every 50 or 60 miles. As we got further away from San Antonio, the road started to flatten and stretch as far as the eye could see. And then we saw this train, which we thought was interesting, but it stopped at the intersection for so long. No way the train has stopped. We did get to enjoy the cool art on it though when it left. After about 7 hours of driving, we finally made it to our first destination, the Palo Duro Canyons. The view was honestly so breathtaking, and it was way bigger than I thought. A lot of people don't know this, including myself, but the Palo Duro Canyon is the second largest canyon in the United States. But because we saw a huge storm approaching, we decided to continue to Amarillo, where we rested until the very next day. The next morning, we were treated to this beautiful view of the sunrise, and even a double rainbow, which I'll let y'all enjoy. At our first rest stop of the drive for today, and the view is so amazing. I think this mountain is the Sierra Grande volcano. It's pretty big. I think it's the biggest one we've seen all this trip. There's a bunch of birds out here fighting. It's weird to see them. I think they're ravens or crows. It's weird to see them in the wilderness. It's crazy how different the terrain is from the left to the right side. It's like the left side is like plain and rolling hills, and then the right side is like rocky mountains with a bunch of wildflowers. As soon as we entered through the borders of Colorado, there were these huge mountains peeking at us through the distance. Our first destination of Colorado is the Garden of the Gods, and it's so cool. These rock structures, they're just like sticking out of the ground. That's clear for some perspective. These things are huge. So basically, from my research, I was able to find out that these rocks were sand dunes that were compressed over millions of years and shot up through geological forces and were weathered away for centuries to become what you see today. So something I learned about leaves is that if they have pointed edges like these, if the edges are like serrated and pointy, they're better for the cold environment, because when they first start blooming, it helps them get the head start in photosynthesis, and that's how scientists actually identify if a environment was cold or hot based off of the fossils of the plants. Crazy to think this is where pigeons really came from, and not the parking lot. You could really see how it got its name. Even the parking lot was beautiful because we were treated with this amazing view. I also forgot to mention, but Colorado Springs is also home to Pikes Peak, which is one of the big 14ers. The views leaving the park is also beautiful.
Beautiful.
So if you see a view and it's very beautiful, you say it's beautiful. And so we continued north and rested for the night because we knew we had a big day tomorrow. After waking up earlier than the sun, we had finally arrived to Rocky Mountain National Park. So we were currently at the Bear Lake trailhead, and our plan was to go from Bear Lake to Nymph Lake to Dream, Emerald, and last, Lake Hayeha. Altogether, this trail was 5 miles long, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in these elevations, were a whole workout. There was wild animals everywhere, and they weren't even scared of humans. Since the trailhead was so close to the first lake, it only took a couple steps until we got to Bear Lake. While walking up the trail, we were able to see Long's Peak, which is the tallest mountain in Rocky Mountain National Park. Our next destination was Nymph Lake, which was kinda disappointing compared to the other lakes because of how small and dark it was. The higher we hiked on the trail, the more beautiful the views became. We also saw Flat Top Mountain, which apparently has a flat space on top that's about the size of a football field. that thing peeking through. It's a big peak. After more hiking, we finally made it to the second lake, Dream Lake. In my opinion, Dream Lake was the most beautiful lake because of its accessibility and the views. The shape and the surroundings were also perfect. The water's so clear, so cold too. These fruits here look like raspberries. He's just chilling. Came up right next to us. Investigating my camera too. Emerald Lake was the second last lake of the trail, and like the name suggests, it had a dark green hue that reflected the sunlight, just like an emerald. Oh, there's this dude still here. He's still here eating. Okay, so we're done with 3 lakes. The way down is so much easier physically, as in like how much you have to work your muscles, and it's also easier because you're going downhill and there's like more oxygen, right? All this is a breeze now, but coming up was a whole different story. He's just swimming around. Okay, so all the other 3 major lakes are done. So right now, we're just trying to get to Lake Hayea, which is by far the longest at 1.2 miles. So it'll be a 2.2 miles hike back. Hopefully the elevation is not too bad. The park gods must have heard me, because right after I said that, it was all uphill. And I know I'm repeating myself, but the higher we hiked, the better the views got. Wow, you can see Long's Peak all the way up there. I didn't really talk about this that much before, but the elevation was actually crazy. Every step we took uphill hurt, and there was nothing you could do about it. After hiking up like 200 feet of elevation and jumping through the boulders to get to this lake, we had finally got to Lake Hayea. Water's so cold. And that was our day at Rocky Mountain National Park. And as we begin to leave, We were already reminiscing about the memories we had made throughout the day.
For the rest of my life, I'll be with you. I'll stay by your side, honest and true to the end of my time. I'll be loving you for the rest of my life, through days and nights. I'll thank Allah for opening my eyes now and forever. I'll be there for you. I know it deep in my heart.
Oh, they're just chilling.
Oh, look at this one.
Oh, I got some naked people down there. Hey guys, thank you for watching to the end of the video. Make sure you like the video if you liked it, or subscribe if you want to see more. I just started editing, so it'll probably get better. But thank you for watching again, and I'll see you guys next time.